Hello there, it's Siobhan here, the galloping housewife. Back out to the horses again today on my daily yard commute. Actually, I didn't record yesterday on my way out to the yard because I was in the other car and I didn't have my little jobby that I use to hold my phone. So that's why I didn't do that. But yeah, I went out yesterday and it was a lovely day actually. There was very little wind. Okay, so the morning it pissed down with rain. It was sideways. It was blowing a fucking tits off. And then lunchtime came and it stopped raining. And it was still blowing, but anyway, I went out to the yard. By the time I got there, the wind was virtually zero. But I was late. I was really late out to the yard because my dickhead husband had taken my car, and he'd also we've only got one key for each car. We only had one key for each car at the moment, and he'd taken the key for the. Anyway, it was it took me a while to find the spare key and get out the house. But anyway, that's fine. I got out there and so consequently I only had time to do one horse. So I did Mitch because I'm really keen to get him back and going again. And I lunged him to start. And I have to say that I put him on the lunge and I was just like, oh, Jesus Christ, am I ever going to get on this horse? And I had sat on him a couple of days prior, but it was like I had lunged him for a while and then just walked him around the arena. And then yesterday, and I kind of have this thing that I wasn't going to work him until he gets back into the swing of things. He wasn't going to work him under saddle until he gets back into the swing of things. Didn't want to overpressure him. And when he's back in the swing of things, he goes out and he lunges reasonably well. And yesterday he went out and Jesus Christ, he was like a complete kite again. And you would have seen some videos. Well, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but he is incredibly athletic. He's got the most ridiculous buck. Fortunately, he's only ever done that once when I've been on him, and that was probably because his eye was hurting him. Or at least his vision was disturbing him. So, but he does it, he does it when he's free, and he does it on the lunge. And, oh dear God, it's like, I'm 50. Even when I was younger, people go, oh yeah, you lose your courage when you get older and that sort of stuff. And I actually think that I've got more courage, more guts to get on a horse than I did when I was younger, just because I know that I'm a lot more capable now. And also it's like well, you got to give it a go, don't you? It's got not much to lose. My kids are reasonably adult, they can take care of themselves. Yeah, when I was younger, I was pretty chicken shits. But I'm looking at this horse up there cavorting around and going like, really, do I want to sit on this? He is 6, but he is 6 going on 3. He's like proper green broke. Has very little steering, has very little stop and go. It's like, But anyway, he did settle eventually. It took me a long time, and I was just like, no, we are going to lunge until we go around this whole arena and you have hit the wall everywhere, as in hit the track everywhere, and done it reasonably settled. So did that. Took a while. I thought, oh yeah, I'll just get on him, and he just felt amazing. So I carried on, and I didn't do much. I walked, trot and canter, both reins. Takes a bit to get him going. He's kind of like he's got a Sandra hat in there, hasn't he? So he's a bit sort of belligerent, but sort of make me. But once he gets going, he's just amazing. And yeah, so walk, trot and canter, and I'm just like, I mean, seriously, this is the best horse that I've ever sat on. So he may be 6 with absolutely no clue whatsoever, and he may have put me through all this grief, but maybe it's worth it. Who knows? Who knows? We can but try. And I don't have any other resources to get anything else at the moment, so yeah. Actually, I put this post up yesterday and on the page, and it was about the 5 rights and finding the right horse for you, and all those sorts of things. And there was a few people that came back and go, oh, I can't find the right horse, and you always have to compromise, and it's fine if you've got unlimited money. It's like, yeah, that was so not the point. It's like every single one of us has to compromise, and actually that is true whether you've got unlimited money or not. But certainly those of us that live in the real world, and it's been a long time since, I mean, Mitch was the first horse purchase, and he wasn't expensive, and he wasn't expensive because he was small, because he was 5 and he was really, really green. He'd done nothing. It's like, there were a number of things that made him less expensive, so that I could even think about affording him, if he was, and also he's quirky. He's a style of horse that really suits me, but doesn't actually really suit a lot of other people. So it's so I mean, that's why I ended up with him. But don't get me wrong, if you're going to go through 5 rights, an ideal horse for me right now would be I don't know, small. I like them small, so it'd be somewhere sort of definitely under 16 too, but somewhere around the 16 hand mark would be great. It wouldn't be a stallion. I can't be asked with a stallion. Not that I can handle a stallion and all that type of stuff, but just the management and that sort of thing. It's like, yeah, I mean, that's just it's a pain in the ass. And so yeah, so it'd be mare or gelding. I don't, I don't have a preference either way. But it'd be a horse that was maybe not too old, sort of somewhere between 10 and 14. It would be a horse that that was out there doing the fucking Grand Prix. It would be a horse that was, I like them a little bit hot. I don't like to sit up there and do too much work, but lazy like that. But I don't mind them a little bit quirky, but they've got to have their own engine. And yeah, I mean, it'd be a nice mover, something that's reasonably rideable, something that's got a decent mouth, and yeah, something it's got a really rideable temperament. Is probably the most important thing. Yeah, something that's quite sensitive and that's quite adjustable. But yeah, it'd be doing the Grand Prix, and it'd be, if not getting scores over 70%, certainly capable of them. It'd be a horse for Paris. That'd be my ideal horse. But I don't have £500,000. So sitting there going like, it's like, well, we all make compromise. And one of the 5 rights for me, and you go and have a look. There's a photo of, it's actually someone coaching me. You can, so it's Georgie actually. Georgie Spence coaching me, and yeah, she's wearing a pink and grey top, I think. And a long blonde ponytail, but and have a look at what I said there, because I talk about about finding the right things, but it's budget is in there. Like, there's very, very few of us in this world that have an unlimited budget, and even if we do have a shitload of money, we still allocate it and put different value on things. I mean, wealthy people don't get wealthy by friggin' spending their money just for the sake of spending their money. So anyway, it's like, okay, it's interesting, and I understand that that's people's own blogs. So I find it really interesting the feedback that I get. I mean, on posts, and a lot of it is, most of it is extremely positive. Most of it, people get what I'm trying to say, and it really resonates. But there are always people who respond, who misconstrue what is the message of the post, and it's something to be really aware of when in your daily interactions, is that people will put their own meaning onto things. We are meaning making thinking machines. We will put meaning into absolutely everything. And everything is absolutely ridiculous, as who gets the last red Smartie to why someone didn't answer the phone. We will make meaning out of absolutely bloody everything. But what the meaning that we make out of stuff tells us a lot about where our issues are, and it tells us it tells us more about ourselves. Our reactions tell us more about ourselves than the actual actions of the other party tell us about them. And certainly, if you're putting an opinion out there, people's responses, it's most definitely about themselves. It's not about what you were trying to say. So that is, that's my little bit for today. So I'm going out there now, out to the yard now, and it's actually nicer down here than it was up at home. Up at home, it was blowing a lot, and it had actually just started to rain as I left my place. So it's sunny here, and it doesn't look too breezy, so we'll see. I'll get out there and make an assessment, make a choice as to what I'm going to do when I get there. But that's about it. I will catch up with you later. I think I've got a week of doing just normal stuff. I've got quite a bit, a lot going on, as far as a lot of writing to do. But that's about it. I don't have anything else out there in the world that needs doing, so it will be a pretty standard week for me of working in the mornings, and hopefully weather looks pretty good for the week, so getting out to the horses as much as possible. And I really need to get my shit together and figure out what I'm going to do with Percy, whether thinking about having a first start for him. If so, he needs to get fit, and he needs to start jumping. I haven't jumped him in months, so you need to get back out and doing that. But so that's probably my thing for today. Right, I will catch you tomorrow, probably. All right, bye now.